The new office space is great, very modern, bright, welcoming to everyone who comes in who has business to do in our office. I think that the new space, definitely from the trailer that we had previously, this new space provides us lots of space for collaboration between the business office and the superintendent's office. We have a nice new conference room that we use for different meetings and collaborative things that we need to get done. So we also have some great technology that has been built into our conference room. We have a smart board, which allows us to do virtual meetings and hold larger meetings with people in our district and bring in other people outside of our district. We also have a new entry system on this end of our building, where you can ring the doorbell if you're coming in. If you're not already an employee with a security fob, you can ring the doorbell. We can see who is there and press the button from our desks and allow you entrance into the foyer. And if you need further assistance beyond that and need to come in and actually office and speak to us, we can let you in. I mean, overall, being in the district building and not being in a separate building, I think you really do have a pulse of what's going on in the buildings. I think it makes it more accessible for staff and students if they do have a need to come to the business office. We do have our secretary in the business office who can direct them where they should go, and if it is something that they need to come, beyond her, with their business official or the superintendent, I think it's a very welcoming, easy experience for them now that we're in the building.
The most significant improvements for me are the larger sinks that they gave us and the drop-down power rolls that they gave us in the ceiling, because those kind of allow me to do a lot more different types of activities with much more ease. Likewise, the sinks having an actual normal size instead of small sinks makes it much easier to do any of the labs that we have to do with water. Being earth science, we do use water a lot of the time, so having big sinks makes it much easier to do that. And with the freshwater studies class, we have to clean out the fish tanks and filters of the fish tanks, so having the larger sinks definitely makes that a lot easier. With the drop-down power, that makes it easy because now I'm not limited to only doing labs in the back lab counter. The giant student desks can now also be used for labs, which again just makes it much easier to set up the materials, students collect their data, work with the materials, that sort of thing. A lot of the stuff that I'm already doing just became a lot easier to do, and it makes the learning process activities much easier for the kids to do, easier for me to set up, so it's a little more time efficient.
They took out the long tables that were in here that were the lab tables. That completely opened that side of the room, and we're not all squished onto this side of the room now. And it makes a lot of space for doing activities as groups and working with their lab partners. So having multiple whiteboards around the room has been super helpful. The new smart board is very interactive. You can actually have two people writing on it at the same time. We have the electrical coming down from the ceiling, so it makes it a lot easier for plugging in microscopes and just having that extra space. The kids that have come in from years past are like, whoa, what happened in this room? There's just so much more space. The kids that use it now love to be able to pull these extension cords down, plug their computers in, plug in anything they need for their labs.